Alright, so a few days ago, me and my homie Kendrick were at the mall. Kendrick, if you're watching this, comment down below so everyone can subscribe to you. He makes gaming videos, he's about to get on his grind. But anyways, me and Kendrick were at the mall and we started talking about what we look for in women. And about halfway through our conversation, I had an epiphany. I realized that the reason why I'm single is because I have very, very high standards. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that a lot of people have a tendency to settle for people that they don't actually like because they're just afraid of being alone. You know, I'm very, very grateful that I've learned to value my singleness and to develop a relationship with myself. And not only that, but I've been using this time when I'm by myself to really focus on my purpose, my passion. You know, doing YouTube, writing, working on myself in general, and doing what makes me happy. Like, honestly, being single is a really great thing. It really is. I'm only 20. You know, I don't need to be in a rush to find my wife, but I will say that I'm not looking for a casual relationship. If I'm gonna get into a relationship, I want it to be something for the long haul. In the same way that I'm not willing to settle for a job that I don't like, or going to school to go into a profession that I don't like. I'm not willing to settle for a girl that I don't like. Now, before I get into this list, I think I actually did a list like this before in the Why I've Never Had a Girlfriend video. Basically, the second half of that video is like me explaining what I look for in a girl, but that was before I had ever went on a date before. I had never been on a date when I made that video. Now I have at least a little bit of dating experience under my belt, so my list has kind of changed a little bit. I don't think that anything is particularly different, except that I've just added more. So my list has expanded, and like right here, I'm looking at my journal and I have like a page full of qualities that I'm looking for. Now, a girl doesn't necessarily need to have every single one of these qualities, but there are certain ones that are completely non-negotiable. And that leads me into my first attribute, vision. Now, when I say vision, what I mean is that, like, I have very, very big dreams, and sometimes when I'm not around the right people, it might intimidate them. For example, one time I brought a girl into my room, and in my room I have this sign. I'm looking at it right now. It says, by August 2020, I will have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And obviously I have 1,000 now, but I think I made that sign in like September of last year. So I maybe had like 300 subs maximum. But anyways, I brought this girl into my room and she saw that, and I could tell she was like trying not to laugh. And I think that my response to that kind of showed where I was at the time and like just how lonely I was, that I was willing to allow her to get away with that. Because if somebody did some shit to me like that now, you gotta go. Like, we clearly have no future together. Like, if you find my goals amusing, there's no future to speak of between us. Damn, I really did do that shit though. I really did hit 1,000. So shout out to her. There's no way she's watching this video, but shout out to her anyways. But yeah, vision. As long as you prove to me that you believe in me, that's probably the most important thing on my list. You can have literally every other quality that I want, but if you're missing that, then it's wraps. The next quality, I want a girl that pushes me to be better. To me, the best relationships are the ones where the two partners inspire each other to grow. Like, I think that that's such a beautiful thing. In my very limited dating experience, I've had girls that kind of detracted from what I was trying to do. Like, they just were basically distractions. They wanted nothing to do with my YouTube channel. They didn't seem to care at all. And when I say like girls, I've only talked to or dated 3 girls before. So, I've had 2 girls that weren't really as supportive of me on YouTube, and then another one that was pretty supportive of me and like, inspired me to grow as a person. And that's something that I didn't really think about when I was making that other video, the Why I've Never Had a Girlfriend video. But it makes a really big difference, a really, really big difference. And so I can't have a girl that's just gonna be holding me back, just basically acting as an anchor for what I'm trying to do. But yeah, the next quality, loyalty. This honestly should go without saying. Like, this should just be a standard. But nowadays you just never know. A lot of these girls belong to the streets, but I know that there are some really good ones out there, like straight up. And I myself, I'm a very, very loyal person. especially when it comes to girls. In fact, I would almost say that I'm too loyal. Like usually once I go on that first date with you, if it goes well, I'm cutting off any other girl that I'm talking to. And you know, that's that's put me in some pretty interesting situations before. But you know, I still stand by my decision. Like I don't like to entertain multiple people, and I don't like to be one of multiple people being entertained. Like I'm not an option, I'm a priority. I know what I bring to the table as a potential boyfriend. I know the difference between my intentions with you and other dudes' intentions with you. So I'm not gonna be a backup option for you. It's either you fuck with me or you don't. But yeah, the next quality, you have to accept me for who I am. I think that a lot of people make this mistake, especially dudes. I feel like dudes do this a lot. They feel like they have to change who they are to be good enough for a girl or a guy, you know, but they feel like they have to be good enough. I don't think that's a good way to look at things. Obviously, you should be trying to grow, but you should be trying to grow for yourself. You know, you should want to be the best version of yourself that you can be because you love yourself and you know that you deserve that. But as far as like the genesis of who you are, like your personality, the things that you like to do, you shouldn't have to change who you are to accommodate a girl or, you know, vice versa. I think that I realized this once I started, you know, seeing a girl that I could just be myself around and have like that same type of energy reciprocated because we're just so similar. Like that to me is something that everyone should get to experience, in my opinion. The next one, splitting the bill on dates. Now, when I first started dating, I was a simp, okay? Like I was a really big simp, but like, you know, honestly, I just thought that dudes were supposed to pay for the dates. And so I remember one of the girls that I talked to, we'll just call her girl number 2, okay? Because it was the second girl that I talked to. Basically, I paid for all of our dates. I'm talking, I spent upwards of $150 on this girl, and she ended up blocking me on everything, bro. Listen, I was so pressed, bro. Oh my God. I was buying her food, all types of shit. Like, and I mean, it's my fault, you know, I shouldn't have done that. But like I said, it just goes to show you that I was just in such a place of loneliness and I couldn't be by myself. And I paid the price, literally. But I gotta hand it to her. She is a master of finessing, bro. She is a finesse god, straight up. She got me. She caught me lacking. But the other ones were cool. Like, they split the bills. They even bought me stuff. Like I bought them stuff, they bought me stuff. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Especially because at the time I was working at H&M and I was making around the same amount as all of these girls. So like the fact that I paid for all of the dates with girl number 2, damn, that shit really pisses me off, bro. Just think about that. We were making like the same amount of money and I was paying for all the dates. Girl number 2, if you're watching this, you need to run me my money, man. Now, the next thing that I look for in a girl is looks. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like looks don't matter to me because they do. And I know it sounds shallow because it is shallow, but looks do matter to me. Now, what I will say is that looks are not everything to me. You can be like a supermodel, but if you don't have these other qualities, I'm not even gonna look at you. I pass up on so many girls that I feel like are attractive because I just don't feel their vibe. Like vibes are very important to me. And when I say looks, certain things that I look for are a nice smile. A nice smile will always get me. Nice eyes. I'm a sucker for colored eyes, but I can appreciate brown eyes as well. They just generally take care of themselves. Like, you know, they're fit, and you know, you don't gotta be like a supermodel or nothing like that, but you know, I can tell you take care of yourself. But yeah, looks are something, but not everything. The next thing I'll say, she has to be either a vegan or vegetarian. Now, initially when I started dating, I kind of had ingrained it into my mind that I was never going to be able to find this because in the area where I live, especially like the city that I live in, vegan people don't really exist. Like I'm literally the only vegan person that I know. I didn't even know that like we had vegan restaurants in the general Dallas area until I started talking to this one girl who I think she was actually a vegetarian, but she like knew all of these vegan spots and she put me on game, bro. And she knew how to cook vegan food too. Like now that I've experienced that, I can't go back. Like, because I remember the other girls that I talked to, I couldn't ever take them out to eat because they didn't want to eat vegan food. And then it gets uncomfortable when they're just eating and I'm not. So yeah, the girl that I get with has to be either vegan or vegetarian. And that, like that right there pretty much eliminates like 99% of the girls in my area. The next thing that I look for in a girl is spirituality. Now, just like with the vegan thing, I thought that this was something that I could compromise on until I actually experienced it. And once I like started seeing a girl that is spiritual, it just opens up a whole new realm of things that you can talk about. Because, you know, with the other girls that I talked to, if I had came at them with some of the stuff that I talked about with this other girl, they'd have thought I was crazy. So yeah, just a girl that's in tune with her spiritual side, that right there is something that I'm looking for. The next thing that I look for in a girl is she has to like traveling. Now me, I love traveling. Like, it can just be a road trip to another city in Texas. Like, it's whatever. I just love traveling. And, you know, I feel like there would be a big barrier there if I have to like drag her on trips with me. That just sounds like it would kill the vibe. The rest of the qualities I already described in that other video. So I'm just gonna list off a few more of the things that I look for, but I'm not really gonna go in depth on them. Chill with a touch of crackhead energy. Affectionate, nice, funny, compassionate, sarcastic. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. This actually ended up being a much longer video than I expected, but you know, I believe in law of attraction. I believe that you can speak things into existence, so I'm gonna just put this out into the universe. That's the point of me making this video, and I'm gonna just, you know, let the universe handle it for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on Tinder, I'm not on social media, none of that. I'm not looking for a girlfriend at this point, but I'm open to a relationship. You know, I'm just kind of going with the flow at this point. But yeah, if any girl watching this matches that description, get at your boy.